What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? Welcome to another episode of Borderline Texas Trash. I'm your co host, Ash Handy.
And I'm your host, Uncle Boo, baby. It's the number. God damn. I was all pumped up, ready to fucking tear it up. But
It's
no,
okay.
Uncle Boo couldn't talk, even though I'm the most recognizable voice in the podcasting world today. It's the number one show in the land, ladies and gents. Borderline Texas Trash, baby. We gonna get funky like a monkey. We're gonna get down, we're gonna get up, we're gonna get funky and loud, baby.
What's up?
I knew I could get it out if I tried it. If I never gave up, god damn it.
I apologize ahead of time today for my breathing.
You know what? I mean, I was fixing a mic and she was like right there, and right when it started working, all you heard was. And she's like, why am I breathing so hard?
Well, as we all know that I've shared on this podcast, I'm like dealing with some heart problems, but I'm actually doing really fucking good. Like, life is really good and I don't have any complaints, but today has been a harder day because I went really hard on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm breathing like super labored. I'm over here like.
So she's trying not to breathe while she talks.
Yeah.
So if you hear her talk and go.
Well, and I knew that like I told you when I talked to you earlier, and I was like, hey, I just woke up and it's like 3:00. I knew that today was not a good day as far as like my body went or whatever, but I didn't realize how I sounded until I got in front of the mic and I heard myself like, I was like, what is happening?
Oh, sorry if you hear some dogs barking. Apparently Stephanie's coming in the house. God, I'm just going to let
Stop.
it roll. Hey, Reed, you'll be grounded. I ground my dogs. No outside time for 30 minutes.
I put mine in jail.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I'm glad you're here. I want to say thank you. We got some more followers. I seen some more, subscribers, you want to say, and their downloads are going up. And I think it's freaking awesome. Because you know what I mean, baby. I've been up, I've been down, I've been all around. But we gonna get some stuff started today. Saturday night, Starcade. Me and you, Miss Breathe a Lot. In this corner, we have... yes, the breather.
That's okay. I texted Justin on Monday morning and I was like, have a good week, Pukey.
Oh, God. That boy got fucked up. Okay, here's what happened. Saturday, of course, my Longhorns played and choked on a big old Texas Tech dick.
That sucked.
Well, go to my nephew's. He's like, hey, come over. I'll cook some lasagna. We'll hang out, do a little drinking, have a little fun. You know, hell yeah. So
we had a random party that we didn't even plan, and those are always the best parties.
Yeah. We just planned last minute. We went over there. Well, she goes out with Tyler to go eat, and they're still going to come by after they get done eating. Well, me and Justin are there, and Jeremy. We start doing shots and stuff and having some fun, playing or just listening to music and just chilling. And then we go eat. Justin must have been hungry. He was the first one done.
He's always hungry.
Well, he got up and he automatically just laid down on my nephew's back porch, literally laid down and had his head sticking off the side. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sweating.
And I'll also add in here that he was quite the party animal, but he's now a new daddy. His little girl's like 4 months old now.
Yeah.
So this is probably the first time in a long time that he's been like that trashed, because we all know how it is whenever you have a newborn baby if you've had kids. So it was pretty hilarious.
He ended up ralphing. The neighborhood cats had a good meal that evening.
And his kid kept stepping in it.
Yeah. And he just had socks on.
His older kid.
Sorry if you hear clanking. I've got a Halls in my mouth, so we're just going to call this the Halls and Breathe Show. Hey, you heard about that new band, Allison Cooper?
I still can't believe I said that.
Allison Cooper, that's funny. Well, We're sitting there
I love
jamming
both
the
of them
music.
very much.
She played a Alice Cooper song, Poison, and she goes, "Oh man, I love Alison Cooper." And I was like, everybody was like, it's kind of like when the record gets scratched at a party and everybody stops.
It
Everybody
literally
goes,
stops. It was like dead silent.
everybody's
And
like, "What the hell
I
did
was
you just say?"
I was pretty tuned up too, so I'm over there still like, yeah, and
love
everybody's
that.
just looking at me, and they're like, "You love Alison Cooper?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like my favorite band."
So now we're gonna make her a shirt that says "I love Alison Cooper."
I really am gonna make one, just so I can see how many people are like, that's not a thing.
Hey, go into it even deeper, and on the back put make up some name for a tour. Put tour like of '95 or some shit, and just make up dates on the
and
back.
time, like places.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Then
And I
you
don't
could-
really have any news this week. I did so I'm a little conflicted with this one because I did read a thing on Facebook about how it has upset quite a few of the victims' families, which I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I didn't really think about that until after I read it. But I only had one episode left, so I still went ahead and finished it. But sorry.
Just breathe, 'cause I can feel you. I can hear you breathe, talking next to me. Suddenly you're breathing
The
heavy.
Dahmer show on Netflix.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are
I
watching
finished
that.
it. It was disturbing
Yeah,
and really good. And the only thing that I have to say, because I do feel bad after I read that article, is that I do feel like we capitalize sometimes too much on serial killers.
yeah,
Like the Ted Bundy movie that Netflix made, that totally was not about his victims. That
No.
was about making Ted Bundy look good. That
yeah.
was not
And he
cool.
was a fucking sick fuck. He went into Florida State sorority house and killed like what
after
7
he escaped
girls.
prison, and
Yeah.
then he was a special kind of piece of shit because he was one that like still was like, no, I didn't do that. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. I will tell you that in the new Dahmer series, it does not glorify him. It sheds more light on his victims and the families and the impact that it had on the community.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of disturbing, gross parts.
I can remember as a kid seeing that, watching the news, and you're like,
What year
this
were
is-
you born?
76.
Okay, yeah, so he was caught
Yeah.
in 89,
Yeah.
88 or 89.
I remember as a kid watching that, going, "Oh my god, this is stuff you see in like horror movies."
Well, yeah, because especially like the zombie thing.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dude, he's eating bodies, and oh god, he's."
And I always knew who Dahmer was, and I've listened to podcasts, but like this series just put a whole new.
See, I didn't have to watch the series to know he's a twisted dude. I watched this badass documentary about him and how twisted he was. He was killing animals
This
at the
one
age
was
of
just a
fucking
little
8.
bit creepier because the guy that played him is like one of my favorite.
That's what I
actors of all
heard,
time.
yeah.
Did you watched American Horror Story? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the main blonde kid that's played like a million different parts.
Yes.
He was the blue-haired guy.
Yeah,
He was the kid
he's
that shot up a
good.
school. Whatever.
Yeah, he's
He
good.
played Dahmer. And I had listened to like podcasts about Dahmer, but I'd never seen any like actual videos of him, and I didn't realize how many like interviews he did after he was arrested. So I was like probably 4 or 5 episodes in, and then I saw an old video from the 90s whenever they were interviewing him. The actor, I don't know if he just I don't know how you prepare for a role like
Yeah,
that.
how
but
would you?
All the way down to his mannerisms of like certain speech tics that he had and faces that he made and
Yeah.
everything.
How do you get that? I mean, how do you?
He
I mean-
looked and sounded just like
Yeah,
him.
that's what I've heard. Everybody said,
And that's why this
did a
series
good
is so
job.
much more uncomfortable because it's not like the Ted Bundy one, the movie that they made where they make him look cool and cute and fun and blah blah blah. It's like if you took a camera or if you were in the corner of his apartment
Yeah,
and you were just watching like this. Like a lot of the scenes were like very close up, very intense. It was just I just
much.
finished it today and it was a lot. It was a lot.
I'm surprised Netflix.
I didn't know he got killed in prison though. I did not
he
know
got
that
killed
one.
in prison. He only lasted what 2 years in prison. Yeah, he got fucking stabbed to death, I believe, or some shit. I didn't figure he'd last long. You know,
Yeah.
I'm surprised Netflix hasn't done one on the Manson family and shit yet.
I'm sure after they did as well as they did on this one, they'll keep making more. Because
Well, I mean,
Netflix
yeah.
has a whole bunch of them that are like documentaries,
Yes.
but this is like one of the first ones they did where, like I said, it was like a
Really?
movie, but it was like a very intense, like
Yeah.
you're there part. I
It
don't
made
know.
you focus on how really twisted its motherfucker was.
Yeah, he was.
He was twisted.
And I watch a lot of messed up stuff, and a lot of stuff really doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of parts in this series that were really gross. And out of all the out of all the serial killers that I've ever read up on or whatever,
I got a good one coming up in Halloween.
he's the most interesting, and I don't mean this in a good way, but as far as the fact goes that like, and I watched this wasn't just in the series, but this was also the real life him saying this kind of shit too. He was one of the only ones that whenever he was caught, he was like, "Yeah, I did all of it.
Yeah,
I'll show you
that
where
was
all the
one
bodies
thing,
are.
yeah.
I'll tell you everything." And then he said multiple times, "This is not because of porn. This is not because of the world. This is not
Yeah.
because of movies. I did it. I knew I was doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with
That's
me.
what was so weird.
I wanted
He was,
to do it. I had a compulsion.
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm a god or anything like that. I just had a compulsion and I couldn't stop, and I'm glad I got caught."
Yeah. That's what was so weird. Because his case went quick. And he's just sitting there just, yes, that was me. I did that.
Because I didn't know that John Wayne Gacy still to the time of his lethal injection was like, "No, I didn't do any of that."
Yeah, he was still going, I didn't kill them.
And he
Fuck."
killed more people. He killed twice as many people as Dahmer did.
Yeah, he had like, what, 20-something down in
33,
his...
I think.
Yeah, under his fucking house.
Yeah.
How do you not smell that?
Well, as we learned in this Jeffrey Dahmer series, you do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people they didn't give a shit.
Well, that's true because you understand back in the 80s, I'm not saying it was right to turn the other cheek and not turn the other cheek, but turn a eye.
Blind eye.
Yeah, turn a blind eye to it because back then people stayed out of each other's business.
Well, and then,
Real.
you know me, I'm
And-
not trying to pull the race card, but it's real.
Well,
It was the 80s, so black
Yes, it
people
was the
had
80s.
it worse.
yeah.
And it was
Well,
in a
then,
black community.
There was right across the street from me when I was a kid. There was a chick that she was in junior high, and I think I was like elementary. She was around my sister's age, but she had a stepdad that'd get drunk as fuck and beat the shit out of his mom. I mean, out
But
of
it was
her
nobody's
mom.
business.
Yeah, and everybody stayed out. Only time I think the neighborhood called us when he came out beating them in the front yard in his
Yeah.
underwear.
And
he
I'm
had
sure the
his-
cops said, "Keep it inside your house." So we
Yeah, it was different back in the 80s. Because I can remember just being at friends' houses. I had a cousin. His dad would beat the shit out of his mom.
It was super
while we were
normal.
there, and he was like, he'd shut the door and just turn the TV up. And we'd just,
Yeah. It was
you know,
super
that's just
normal.
how we did it. We just. So I can understand the time. Everybody like, man, his apartment stinks, but oh well.
I don't know. It's crazy though because I'd like to say that it was a thing of the past, but like crazy shit's still happening. You know, I don't know. I saw an
Yeah.
update on it today, so that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. But crazy stuff close to home. We
Oh,
had
yeah.
two 12-year-olds last week that got caught in a conspiracy killing plan. And one of them, unfortunately, did try to shoot her dad and then shot herself. She actually did pass away over the weekend.
God.
And then he got out of the hospital. But his daughter's the same age as you. I mean, can you imagine? That
Yeah.
would just be...
I mean, that's crazy. I mean,
And that happened 30 minutes over in the next town.
yeah. I mean, it's just like today, 2 days ago, or today or yesterday, there was a drive-by at a fucking school. A drive-by. Not a school shooting where they walk in and just start shooting up. Motherfuckers came in their car,
Where
rolled
at?
down the window somewhere over there in Dallas, in that area. Yeah.
The world is gross, guys.
Yes. I mean, drive-bys at school. And see, right there, I guarantee the motherfuckers that had the guns that did the crime, none of them were registered. They weren't bought legally. They was bought illegally, and there's no trace of them.
But
That's
if
what...
guns were legal, it wouldn't have happened. It's okay.
I'm
we
telling
can't
you.
get on that tangent today.
I'm
We'll go
telling
ahead
you,
and-
if the gang... Look at 90% of the gangsters out there, and I'm talking about the real G's, the one that are in the streets. They don't go to your local fucking gun store and buy a fucking gun. They go
Oh, I
down
know.
and talk to fucking Mr. Jim over here on the corner or a friend they know, and they go buy them illegally, buy them on the black market.
I know.
That's what people don't understand. Now, yes, the school shooting ones, them are all fucking bought, over the counter, legally and all that crap. But the gangster, the real G's, they ain't gonna fucking do it right, But anyways, as I digress.
That's weird. As we're sitting here talking about the Dahmer thing, Justin just texted me, dude, this show is so fucked up.
Hey, tell him, I want to eat your soul. And then I heard people were upset at Katy Perry because she said there's something in her song, I'll eat your heart like Jeffrey Dahmer.
There's a song, and it's literally like 10 or 11 years old. I mean,
oh my
it's
God.
that
But
old.
here's what makes...
But now that this series is out, people are picking up on some of the comments that people have made in the past, and they're like trying to cancel him for it.
Well, you know what? That's what pisses me off. That's just bad, apparently. But you can have a girl talking about eating out ass, and that's a #1 recording fucking music artist of the goddamn year.
The #1, yeah, it was Wet Ass Pussy.
Yeah. Wet ass pussy. And I mean, wow. What the fuck? Well, I guess Kurt Cobain's daughter can go sue Ice Cube if she wanted to and say a verse in his song.
What did he say?
Oh, you don't remember that one song you did with Natural Born Killers? And now I'm suicidal, just like Nirvana. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick.
No.
Got a
Everybody's
main
just gonna
state
start
for some
suing
murderous
everybody.
shit. Yeah. It's just, God, it's just a lyric to a fucking song. It's just like in the 80s when I grew up, there was some of these high school suicides and stuff, where kids would get in packs and kill themselves and shit.
Suicide packs.
Well, I remember this because this is another big reason why we have the parent advisory thing on records. People was saying if you play the motherfucker backwards, it's making the kids do it. So like Ozzy Osbourne, all these big time metal bands came into it. And one of Ozzy's songs, they're about suicide. It's they was trying to say in the song, he's saying, do it.
And then they say that a few of Led Zeppelin songs played backwards are about shit like that too.
Yeah, and I'm like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, but that's also whenever the Satanic Panic started.
Yeah, in the 80s,
Everyone
big
was
time.
like, rock music is the devil.
Dude, and then here came Motley Crue going, now, children of the beast, be strong and shout at the devil.
Dude, it's a trippy song to hear in person, I'm just saying.
Dude, if you listen to that opening, when it talks about the time and all, what happened, it sounds like now.
I know.
It's creepy as fuck. Now, many electrons later.
I'm about to tape my fucking nose in my mouth.
You're
I can still
fine.
hear myself and it's driving me nuts.
Okay, guys. This is why we need to do live podcasts sometimes, because we could say, comment, tell us if you can hear her or not.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things that like every decade they have said it's the end of times. But
Yes.
I also feel like we've never progressed to the point that we're at now.
Yeah, now
And then
it's...
on top of that, if you're a biblical person, which I'm not trying to be offensive, I'm just not. I have my own set of beliefs, whatever, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about the Bible or God or whatever. But
Yeah.
one of the biggest things right now that they've been talking about for the last couple months, which I do remember this. I did go to Sunday school, and I did, whenever I was younger, the Euphrates River. It was predicted that whenever we reach end of times, it will completely dry up, and it's a bad thing because down at the bottom in the middle is where some chained bad shit is.
Yeah.
And apparently it has dried up, and there is a hole where that spot's supposed to be.
Over there
with
in Europe,
chains that's empty.
Over there in Europe, they're having a bad drought.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff floating or not floating up, but they're finding on the bottom.
Nothing's happening yet, so.
Well, I'll be okay. But if I see them full horsemen coming, baby, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna beat that ass, Ric Flair. Ian Anderson, your full horseman ain't shit, baby.
I think I'll be okay. If all that shit is real, I don't think I'll be.
That is creepy, though. That's another sign of the end's coming. The four horsemen appear.
I don't think that this is just my prediction. I don't think that I will be one of the people to die immediately. And if all that they say is true, I don't think I will be one of the people that immediately just poofs and goes up to heaven.
I won't.
I'll be one of the people that stays here for the 7 years and like becomes the Mockingjay and fights. And
I think that's going to be me because that's how God likes to punish me. Take all my fucking people I love away. So he'll stick me and you down here and everybody else.
Now that I have a heart condition, I don't think I could be the Mockingjay anymore, which makes me really sad because
you're going to be in hell anyway. Fuck it.
We're getting close to a revolution. That was always my dream.
Listen, either way, you're going to die. So, you know, why not put our Twisted Sister makeup on and we'll be like, we're not going to take it. Or what if little Nicky's down there and they welcome?
That was a funny movie.
Alrighty. Let me get a drink of water and I guess we'll start doing some bloody news. And hey guys, I did not have a theme for stupid news today. I know it's going to look like I themed animal stuff, but I didn't. This is just what I found and I was like, holy shit, that's pretty cool. Gotta do something real quick. I'm gonna write this down. What you doing there, kid? Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go. A Virginia rat chewed through wires, costing 1,500 people to go without power for about 3 hours.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
They need a cat.
Yes. Call it killer. Wait, well, it attacked well, you can cut out the electric killer, because what if he attacks the rat while he's eating the wire and chain reaction?
Just get another cat.
Hey, maybe he will still have some more lives.
Or it'd be one of his 9 lives and he'd be fine.
Yeah. All right, a California man became I hate it when I do this. Abbreviation. Became, what is it? Oh, I know what this is. A California man became the second person to kayak from Hawaii to California.
Jesus.
Could you imagine that shit?
I love kayaking, but hell no.
Could you imagine you and Tyler are in Hawaii? You want to go kayaking, baby?
No.
Sure. Why would he keep going? Because we're going to California.
No.
Could you imagine? And he stayed in there. He never stopped it. Well, you can't stop anywhere and rest.
No.
So he had to stay set up in a fucking kayak for, I can't remember how many days it took or months.
It doesn't matter. I would never do it.
God, what did he do? Just piss and shit on himself? Ew.
Or off the side.
Well, I guess, and he could have got out sometimes and peed real quick and took out. I'd be scared as man dropping a deuce out there. Oh.
Or like whales.
Something
like
come up
a whale
on your
could
butt.
totally flip your kayak over.
Yes. What did they do when they hit 30-foot waves? What did he do? I mean,
I don't know, because I hit a storm in Minter Wells one time.
And we got a little lake.
And I almost died, like full on had a panic attack. And there was water coming in my like it was scary. So
yeah, like I said, that was just a small lake. That wasn't no fucking ocean. All right, now we have the Scottish bakery is shut down for 3 days because a red squirrel was in there living. Yeah, somehow a squirrel got in there and
That's smart.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, they should hire him. And here's another animal one. A California school dance is postponed due to bats in the gym. Excuse me.
I like bats.
Well, that's what I've heard about bats. If they can find somewhere to get in and hide out during the day, they will. So, yeah. Okay, now this part creeps me out. They built the robot, just the legs, no arms or nothing, kind of like from the hips down, just the legs.
It's gross.
That motherfucker broke the 100-meter record, the 100-meter dash in 24 fucking seconds.
Have you ever seen iRobot?
Yeah, that's what made me think of it. What if they're trying to do shit like this and I would never have a robot slave. Fuck you. Not a slave, but you know what I mean. A robot maid or whatever you call them.
I'm good.
I would not do. I don't give a fuck how much money I had. That would be weird as hell to come in and be having a robot. How was your day, Daddy? Fuck you, robot.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, now that was brought to us by Security Finance, where you can get all your financial needs, your loans, and your taxes did. Right here in Mineral Wells, in the Brazos Shopping Mall. Just go in there and say Uncle Boo sent you. That's a big titty
I really
phone
like
rubber
them.
ducky.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, ask for Carrie. She'll hook you up. And I'll cough. I can't even talk. And I'll cough on you. Let my screen pop back up here. Get my paperwork.
Pow.
And we're going to go over our college picks real quick, you college butthole.
Pow.
We didn't do too bad last week. Last week, me and you was 16-4, and Uncle Dickie was 15-5. Because his upset didn't come through.
Aw.
That's
That
okay.
sucks for him.
His LSU Tigers are 3-1. Better than my Longhorns. Okay.
This is how we do it.
Day. I'm kind of buzzed, and it's all because nobody podcasts like nobody does. Okay, we got Utah State going up against Baylor. I'm going to pick Baylor because they're ranked 19th and they're at home. I mean, not Baylor, BYU. I'm picking them. Me and Uncle Dickie. What do you say? Because they're playing them at home and they're ranked. They're not. And Utah State.
BYU.
Yeah. Bring them young. That means they can have more than one wife. Let's see. We got Washington going up against UCLA. UCLA is not doing that good at all. They're playing. They're going to be at home, but they're not doing that good this year. Washington's doing better, so me and Dickie are going with Washington.
I'm
And
going
they're
to go with
15.
UCLA.
Oh,
I just feel like...
a little gambler here. And then we have Purdue going up against Minnesota.
I feel like gambling this round pick, so...
Hey,
I'm going
there's
to go
one.
with Minnesota on this one, though.
There's one I'm going to gamble on. I'm going against Oklahoma this week. Then we have Kentucky, who is ranked seventh, and they are going up against Ole Miss.
Is Ole Miss not doing good this year?
They're mediocre. I mean, they're a Southeast Conference team. They could beat them, but Kentucky's doing pretty good.
Okay, I'll go with Kentucky.
Then we have Michigan going up against Iowa.
Michigan.
Yeah, that's what me and Dickie do pick. Then we have Oklahoma, 18th in the nation, because they lost last weekend
Haha.
at home. I just want to say Martinez. I bet you Sooners got tired of hearing that name. Martinez. Anyways, Oklahoma's number 18th in the nation. They're going up against TCU. Me and Dickie's going to pick TCU for the upset.
Me too.
Because we think TCU's got a pretty good team this year. And I'm sorry, guys. Oklahoma's not going to be doing that good this year. They got a new coach, new shit, new people. Now, we got Texas Tech going up against Kansas State. I'm going to go with Kansas State because they're 25th in the nation. And I think they're undefeated. And they're pretty good. I think Tech just beating Texas last week. They used up all their energy and juice. So they're not going to be as pumped up to play these guys. And I think Kansas State and Martinez are going to fucking take it to the Texas Tech defense.
All right, I'll do Kansas State too.
Then we have Oregon State going up against Utah. Utah's 12th in the nation. Me and Dickie's going with Utah. Oregon's
Utah.
not doing too good. Then we have Wake Forest, number 22. That should be a good game. Going up against Florida State, number 23.
I'll go Florida.
That's what we picked because they're on a pretty good streak here. Then we have Alabama going up against Arkansas. Even though Arkansas had a good tight game last week, I think still Alabama is going to beat them.
Yeah, Alabama.
And two, I have cousins from there. That's where the boosts originate from. Then we have Oklahoma State going up against Baylor.
Baylor.
I'm calling the upset pick. Me, Ashley, and Dickie have Baylor.
Sorry to my OSU people, but
Y'all haven't played anybody tough this year, and the teams y'all have beat that you should have kicked the crap out of, they almost beat you. So Baylor's pretty good, so you better watch out, Oklahoma State. Then we have A&M going up against Mississippi State. I'm going to pick the Aggies, even though I'm not a fucking Aggie fan. But Mississippi State, they're just mediocre.
A&M.
Ow. Sorry, I keep hitting my cord. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that Blue Chew.
Sorry, my boyfriend's like texting me.
My boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble.
He's really excited about his new work truck and he's like, I want to come
God
over there. And
damn
I'm like,
it.
okay, but by the time, because he's still not even home yet. By the time you get home, take a shower and eat, I'll be done and headed home. Like, there's
Yeah.
no reason.
Okay, we got LSU going up against Auburn. LSU's,
LSU.
yeah, they're 3-1. They're doing good this year. Then we have North Carolina State going up against Clemson. Me and Dickie's picking Clemson.
Clemson.
Then we have Georgia. They're ranked number 1 in the nation going up against Mizzou.
Georgia.
And that's who me and Dickie's picking.
Yeah, that's who I picked too.
Then we have Texas going up against West Virginia. Me and Dickie's picking Texas.
Texas.
We have Pittsburgh going up against Georgia Tech. I'm picking Pittsburgh. I think they've only got like 1 loss, and they're doing pretty good this year.
No.
Stop.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Sorry, the dog is distracted.
Shut up. Then we have USC going up against Arizona State. I'm picking USC. I don't
Me too.
want to, but it's just. Then we got Oregon going up against Stanford, and we're picking Oregon.
Oregon.
Alright.
Oregon.
Like I said, sorry if I keep banging that fucking mic. I don't mean to.
It's fine. It just couldn't be any more annoying than my fucking breathing, so.
Just breathe. 'Cause I can feel your breath.
It's
breathing
choking me
over.
to death.
All right. Since this is the last episode for September, and October's right around the corner, I just pulled some of these scary movies off the top of my head. And what I think I might do next month, since it's Halloween, do like the 50 top like horror movies, and do like 10 every episode until we get close to Halloween, and
I'm
then
down.
that'd be awesome. All right, number 1 on my list was It, the old one and the new one.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean,
they knocked the
they
new
were-
one out of the park.
it
There's
was-
a lot of
yeah.
those that they redo and they're fucking horrible, but
It
I
was
love
awesome.
Tim Curry. You can't beat him, but the new age, it was also very, very, very
Yeah.
good.
Then we had The Exorcist, very excellent. I remember as a kid, that scaring the fuck out of me.
That movie scared a lot of people. Not to be gross, but did you know that I believe it was like the second or third one, The Exorcist was one of the things that Dahmer liked to watch whenever he was,
Wow.
yep,
I
just putting that out there.
don't like that movie now. I watch it because it scares me, not because it satisfies me. Can't forget about this one, The Shining.
I liked that one a lot.
I'm home, Johnny. Then we have Halloween, the original and the remake
Rob
that Rob
Zombie
Zombie.
did a good fucking job at redoing
Dude.
that one too.
Fucking really good. Really, really good. He did it excellent. Then we have The Conjuring. That was good.
I loved all of them. The third
Yes.
one wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but
I
the
think
first and
this one was the
second
first
great.
one about that family and the mom.
That was my favorite.
Yes. That one was kicking
About
ass.
the witch
Yes.
out in the woods.
And she gets picked up in the basement and smacked around. And
And she's trying to kill her kids.
yes. Then we have Sinister. That was a fucking good one, too.
I didn't like that movie.
It was creepy. God, it was creepy.
I'm all for scary movies and fucked up shit, but whenever you start killing kids in it, I just get really uncomfortable. And if they hadn't showed the whole video,
Yeah.
maybe it wouldn't have been so bad to me. But the fact that there were like multiple videos and there were like kids
And
our
what's-
kids' age that
yeah.
were getting like crazy murdered.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that ghost would help them, but it would never show. Because think about it. How's a fucking kid Jackson size going to get like me and you tied up or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that one was creepy. Then we got The Evil Dead, and I mean the new one. The new one
That's
fucking
another one.
was god damn.
The original one was a comedy. But
Yeah.
the one that they remade gave me nightmares. as
Dude,
an
it
adult.
was a straight up scary fucking...
You're all gonna die tonight.
Yes, and then she does that thing with her tongue, and she's all, you're gonna die tonight.
God.
And
that
then
was
don't even
very
step
scary.
on it at one time. and it cuts her tongue because she keeps opening it, going, "Hey,
Yeah. She keeps opening it and you see her little.
Yes,
that's.
that's-
Hey.
I want to do. If I see that's another reason God don't give us money. Just think of having that sit up on a porch, something look like that, and something pop up going, "Hi, you're gonna die tonight."
You're all going to die tonight. And it made people hurt themselves.
And this one I thought was good. Cabin in the Woods.
The new one and the old one.
Yes,
The new one was super good.
yes. Cabin in the Woods was fucking
The
amazing.
original one was about where they were staying at this cabin out in the middle of the woods and they got this shit in the water that like started making their skin
Yes.
fall off and they made them all go crazy. It was like a bunch of high school kids.
Yes.
The second one was a bunch of high school kids who also went and stayed at a cabin in the woods, but it was like
That one had a funky twist.
it was like 2000s version.
Yeah.
And so the idea was that we live in a world where instead of like a god, there's like multiple gods, and they call them the ancient ones, and they have to do a sacrifice every year to keep them
Every
happy.
year.
So that's their way of doing it, is tricking a bunch of kids into staying into a cabin, and then they actually pick what ends up killing them.
Yeah, they
It
go
was
to.
very interesting.
If you go to a book and read this happens. Or you go over here and start playing with this object. You know,
They literally
whatever.
have like all of the monsters and demons and evil things trapped from the
And then,
old days,
and then
they
there's
have
actual
things.
people running it.
Yeah,
And
it's like our government.
Yeah, and they're like having a bet to see which monster comes up. That one guy, why can't anybody ever pick the mermaid man?
And then he gets eat by the merman
yes.
at the end.
I tell you what part that got me kind of just, it creeped me out was just the elevator scene where they
Whenever
open
they all
up
kept
every
popping up.
fucking door. See, why would you do that? I would not have done that.
I wouldn't have caught monsters like that in the first place.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
cued him.
It's kind of like that movie 13 Ghost. You remember that one, don't you?
That movie scared me a lot.
Yeah.
It was really good, but I think I was like Stephanie's age the first time I watched it, and it did scare me real bad.
Okay, there are... You know, these are kind of long. I'll do... you want to do one? And
Yes.
we'll see how much time we got. Because these are pretty long. I didn't realize... I mean, a good full page. So, yeah. It's just some more... Basically, a lot of these ghost stories I find, it's stuff from my ghost story... my Ghost Stories podcast. So...
Yeah, because it's a school night. My baby. My baby.
My baby don't gate a bitch.
All right.
Need my glasses.
Hazard's health plan is simply to die for.
Oh, this one's creepy.
Haunted location. This is a weird place. Starvation Heights.
Yeah, listen to why they call it that.
Oh, and it's in Olala,
Ocala?
Olala, Washington. It's
Yeah.
in some city in Washington. I don't
Yeah.
know how to pronounce.
I believe it's Okalala, Lula, something.
All right, so Linda Hazard, an unlicensed doctor, opened a sanitarium for patients on her starvation regimen in the early 1900s. Hazard believed that starvation was the cure for all ailments and that it rid the body of toxins. Her sanitarium was called Wilderness Heights, but the locals called the home Starvation Heights because of the sinister activities that took place while there. Wealthy individuals who desired to keep up with health trends of the early 1900s would check themselves into the sanitarium. Patients were forced to fast for up to 40 days, and they were only allowed to eat asparagus soup and orange juice in small amounts. That's fucking gross. One of Hazard's patients was Daisy Haglund, the mother of Ivor Haglund, who founded Ivor's Seafood Restaurant. She died in Hazard's care while Ivor was still a toddler. While some completed the treatment and raved about its benefits, 40 patients died at Starvation Heights. Even when patients realized that the treatment wasn't helping them, they were too physically weak to leave. In their weakened state, Hazard would manipulate them into changing their will, so she would receive a large portion of their money upon their death. She was found guilty of manslaughter in 1913 when a wealthy British heiress died in her care. Hazard went to prison for 2 years, then came back to Starvation Heights to reopen her sanitarium. The phony practitioner had an on-site crematorium and cemetery for her deceased patients. Both were hidden far in the woods. She would personally perform autopsies on her patients, cremate them, and then bury them in the cemetery. This cemetery is said to be haunted, and it is the subject of many local paranormal group investigations. Paranormal investigators have reported seeing ghosts in the cemetery, and they have recorded EVPs. Hazard died in 1938 while doing a starvation regimen of her own. The original Starving Heights house has been torn down. A family that lived in the home reported that they had seen ghosts and that their furniture would get rearranged without explanation. If you're hungry for adventure or you have an appetite for the unexplained, you can visit Starvation Heights Cemetery in Washington along the Valley Road. However, you're not allowed to visit the site of the old sanitarium. It is now a private residence. It would seem that the new owners have enough uninvited guests as it is.
That sucks that got tore down.
Yeah.
Because, see, there's so much abandoned stuff out there that has so much history and stuff like that.
Just
It's
like
just
here.
going to rot.
Just like here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because when I pass by a building, I'm like, I wonder if that's haunted. What's the story to that place?
I know. We have so many out here.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. They are beautiful. You want me to read another one?
If you feel like it, we can do one more and then we'll wrap it up because I need to talk about some timeshares real quick.
All right. A haunted hotel you'll never want to leave, and some don't. Haunted location, the Davenport Hotel in Spokane, or is it Spokane?
Spokane, watching.
Spokane, Washington. Spokane.
Yeah, you know, Spokane. I'm from Spokane.
The Davenport is one of the finest and most haunted hotels in Spokane, if not in the entire state of Washington. Opened in 1914, this beautiful building was played host to many celebrities, including Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. But beware, this hotel has some guests that checked in but never checked out. Louis Davenport, the hotel's namesake and one of its creators, said he never wanted to leave the hotel. And as it turns out, he never did. He died in room 1105, his personal suite. People who have stayed in this room reported hearing strange noises and witnessing objects moving on their own. Others have reported seeing a man walking around the hotel holding a cigar. This man is believed to be Mr. Davenport, who liked to make sure everything in his hotel was perfect. In 1920, a woman named Ellen McNamara fell through one of the skylights on the third floor to her death. Employees and guests of the hotel believe that she's still around. Many have reported seeing a woman in 1920s clothing walking on the third floor looking down below. There is a man in formal attire who wanders the basement of the hotel as well. He is believed to be a servant who worked for one of the hotel's wealthy guests. The hotel is no doubt one of the most haunted places in Spokane. You can stay in this gorgeous hotel for a night or a weekend, and if you want to be spooked, you can request to stay in Mr. Davenport's haunted bedroom, Suite 1105, where he died.
Fucking sweet.
Try taking a walk around the hotel late at night, and you may just see Mr. Davenport, Miss McNamara, whatever.
I mean, are you the ghost of Miss McNamara?
Or the unnamed servant. That is unless they see you first.
Wow, I'm glad y'all enjoyed that now. See, that's one thing I want to do is one weekend go to a hotel and like take turns. Like I'll sit up in the room doing a podcast or something and talking, saying, hey, if you want to talk, you know, or
say something.
Yeah, I'll be like Zach, say something now or I'm going to punch you. And then you can be walking down the hallway or going somewhere recording something on your phone or, yeah, try to pick up some EVBUs.
I would love it.
That'd be awesome.
As long as we do it somewhere where we don't live. I just don't want to pick up EVPs where I live.
No. But yeah, anyways, though, Elaine, though, this is what I want to talk about real quick. Timeshare. You know what that is?
I mean, I do, but I don't 100% understand how it works.
Well, hers a timeshare. Hers is like it's a house, like a little apartment building in Florida that people book and stuff. And you can make money on it, but you got to pay the taxes on it and the upkeep, you know, when something goes wrong. Well, you do this and, you know, you're supposed to make money. Well, they wasn't making hardly anything on it, so they quit making their monthly payment on it. And then people never call them back. Well, it's Michael, Mendez or something like that kept calling her saying, "Ma'am, I noticed you're behind on your da-da-da-da-da. I can get that off your hands and sell it." It was a fucking scam. She ended up giving them like $2,000, and they was still going, can you send us 1,000 more? Now we need $1,000 for the delivery fee. But I have your check right
like
here.
She was trying to sell her timeshare, but it was a scammer that was pretending to buy it.
She gave them $2,000, and then they asked for another 1,000 just to fucking, this is the sales tax and da-da-da-da-da, but I have your check right here in my office. I'll send it straight to FedEx. Well, she's been looking around. She called numbers and all that, and the fingered tangled web that this thing weaves, because these people don't have nothing better to do. Here's what I don't understand. If you got time to sit here to fucking do all this crooked shit to screw people out of money, you can find a fucking job. It seems like that would be easier than sitting here making up a plan for 2-3 weeks how to make money quick.
I don't know. They have scams for everything now.
Yes, and she called back one of the numbers and they hung up on her because what Elaine did, the names that he was giving her, these businesses, they were actual businesses. And they were like, yeah, but this guy does not work for us. We don't even know who the hell he is. Well, they took down her name and stuff. They're filing no report on that guy. Going to go after him for identity fraud because they used the name of their company. And then there was another company he said, too, that... But, I mean, it's basically all a big fucking scam, and this poor woman got fucking $2,000, and they wanted another 1,000. That's what these people do. So if something comes across, guys, to buy your timeshares, if it's not the person that you have the timeshare with, fuck them, man. Don't fall for it. People are out there to fuck us, and I don't know why.
Everywhere, on everything.
Yes, even fake profiles. Hey, give me some money. Or,
I've known a lot of people that have fallen victim to those, too.
Oh, God, yes. It's ridiculous. Find a fucking job. Quit being a fucking dick.
It's easy now with all the technology and how gullible people are.
Yes. I mean, it's... I just couldn't sleep at night.
Oh, yeah, no, I could never do it, but it's a pretty easy thing for everybody else to do.
I know. I just don't see how people can fucking just have that on their conscience. Fucking somebody and then be like, I don't give a fuck. Oh.
I don't get it.
I was going to show you something real quick and let you read it over there. I already read it, but I think it's awesome when the... God damn, I hate my phone sometimes. Sometimes our fans send us messages.
Oh, really?
So I was going to show you what our friend Kim from Canada replied last week when we was talking about the Queen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. Yeah, right there. She always includes you.
The Queen consort. I mean.
Yeah, I like letting her read the stuff too. Because she likes it. And I love it when they respond to us and let us know how their government runs or how their culture is. Or I dig that, man. It's my bag.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. That is so cool.
And she's the same one that when you came back said, it's good to have Ash back. That made her day. Thank you, Kim from Canada, for always replying, girlfriend.
That made my day that she said something about the what I was saying about the Queen consort.
Yeah.
That shit grossed me out.
Yeah. So, hell yeah, man. We want to thank our fans real quick. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. I've been trying to keep up with doing reels and, just posting every day and got our TikTok going. And so, hey, we're doing good, trying to get us out there and branch off more. I just want to thank everybody for listening. We are on Spotify. We're pretty much on every platform now. I mean, we're
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. World domination.
Domination.
Dun, dun, dun. What's that theme song for, what is it, the Step Brothers, when they're doing their fucking...
Boats and Hoes?
No, the other one, where it's, where they're talking about security.
Oh, yeah, it's Boats and Hoes, isn't it?
No, because they do that, then they do Boats and Hoes.
While they were talking about it before that.
Yeah, they're sitting there talking, and you can hear the music in the back, and it's kind of like... Dun, dun, dun. I can't remember.
Me neither.
Sons of a buck. Sons of a buck flock together. Well, I guess if that's it, you got anything to say there, Miss Oosh Handy?
Everybody just stay cool.
Stay cool, and remember, friends don't fight, friends hug. But I'm glad you guys stopped by today now. Uncle Dickie says it's love, baby, and he said he's going to be right back here talking to you guys. But hey, man, this has been the best show around today. I think we hit all four corners of the ring today, baby. We was in that square circle. I beat that ass like a motherfucker. But anyways, guys, we got up, we got down, we got funky like a monkey. I love it when I get funky on a monkey with some collard greens, get some refried beans in there. I love that shit. You know what? Because I've wined and dined with kings and queens, slept in dumpsters and ate some refried beans, baby. Woo!
Thanks for listening to me breathe today.
That's why we've been singing Breathe songs. Just
my
breathe.
nose is like bothering me and everything.
I guess next time I'll send you squirt some nasal spray up there for you. And suck I'll get a turkey baster and suck it out of your nose.
Ooh.
Like we do the kids
Like
when they were little.
babies.
I feel sorry for babies, man, when we got to do that. But God, it helps.
It does, because they don't know how to blow their nose.
Yeah. But they know how to fucking doo-doo.
Every day.
Yeah. But, you know, like I said, the world's getting crazy, guys. You keep your head up. Don't let shit get you down. And believe me and Ashley get depressed like the rest of you guys. So,
Oh, God.
like we've always said, man, if y'all are just fucking feel lost and just want to holler at us real quick, go ahead and do it, man. I might not respond right off the bat, but I'll try to respond as quick as I can. So.
For real.
But we're there for you, man. We know how fucking pissy this world can be, and depression sucks. And if you're on the edge of killing yourself or something, call somebody. Get help. That's all I want, man. I don't want to be reading the news of some fan I have that got depressed and died or something. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be cool. So look out for yourself. Be cool to everybody. And this has been Uncle Boo.
And Ash Handy.
With the B-double-O, motherfucker. I just had to say that. But you guys, be good, be real. We'll see you later, babies. And don't forget, snap into that Slim Jims.